Welcome to the Gus Alva Perspective, a videocast that is earmarked to address abundance and gratitude over the mindset of fear and scarcity. The topic that I'd like to touch on today is the concept of trying. This is a very important point. How much effort do we put into doing things? And this was a theme that was actually generated through a discussion with one of my children. But then subsequently, it was echoed by one of my patients later in the day, and I thought it might be germane, it might be pertinent to address this particular topic. So think of this in the pursuit of our goals, as well as our dreams and our ambitions, the concept of trying plays a critical central role. So this video cast is going to explore what trying is all about. It's the act of making an effort, of exerting ourselves to achieve something or facing challenges head on. However, the big question that comes about is how much effort do we put in? There has to be the right balance between pushing ourselves and avoiding burnout. So, this is critical for success as well as well being. And this video cast, as I made mention, is going to explore the nuances of trying and the factors that influence the amount of effort that we invest into the enterprise that we're involved with. I'm going to walk you through 10 different things that I thought of might be worthwhile considering. The first one is defining the purpose, right? So the level of effort that we invest depends on the significance of the goal or the task that's at hand. And if that objective is of great importance, such as a career milestone or a personal passion, we're going to be more likely to dedicate substantial effort. It just makes sense, right? Conversely, for less critical matters, we might apply a more moderate or minimal level of exertion. So that's really important, defining that purpose. Second thing is to recognize our limits. So while we strive to achieve our objectives, this is an admirable point, it's essential to acknowledge that we have limitations. So pushing beyond our capabilities might lead to burning out, physical as well as mental exhaustion, and a decrease in performance certainly would be the things that would suffer. Understanding our boundaries allows us to allocate the appropriate amount of effort wisely and avoid overwhelming ourselves. Now, a third thing is a very important point, and that is embracing a growth mindset. Just like our gratitude and abundance mindset, a growth mindset is essentially linked in with the effort that we put into doing things, the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through the dedication and the hard work that we put into it. Embracing this mindset encourages to put in the effort, even when we're facing other challenges or setbacks. This fosters resilience and a willingness to learn from failures, a very critical step. Now, we should also take into consideration the impact of passion because passion, if you think about it, is the fuel that gets our effort going. When we're genuinely passionate about something, we tend to invest more time and energy without feeling burdened. And that's a critical point. Passion enhances our commitment and determination. It makes us more likely to persist in the face of obstacles. Now, another critical point is balancing with patience because while striving is crucial, it has to be balanced and put in check with patience. Not all results are immediate. Delayed gratification is a very important concept, and worthwhile accomplishments oftentimes require time and perseverance. So, understanding this balance will help us stay motivated without succumbing to frustration or impatience. Another very important thing is prioritizing time and resources. If we can effectively manage time and resources, this is going to be vital in optimizing our efforts. So, as we prioritize tasks and we set clear goals and organize our efforts, this will help us. This will help make the most of our abilities and achieve better outcomes. Now, learning from feedback is another very important point because feedback, whether it be positive or negative, and we touched on this on a different video cast, the importance of constructive criticism, offers valuable insights into our progress. So when we embrace constructive criticism and utilize it to refine our approach, this can significantly impact the overall significance of our efforts. Another very important thing is finding intrinsic motivation. What's internally driving us? Because that intrinsic motivation, driven by personal enjoyment and satisfaction, tends to sustain our effort more effectively than external rewards. Now, when we align our efforts with our values as well as our passions, this makes the journey that we are jumping into more fulfilling. Now, the last 2 points are really critical. When we recognize when to persist or when to pivot, that's another really important thing. Again, if you're holding that rudder straight on, or now you're making some adjustments, is going to be critical, because knowing when to persist in our efforts and when to pivot and explore different paths is really a delicate balance in life. And persevering in the face of adversity can lead to breakthroughs. When we stay committed to an unattainable goal, this, however, can be counterproductive. So you've got the yin and the yang of the situation right there. But a realistic assessment of the situation is going to be crucial in making this decision, whether to persist or to pivot. And the last point that we should take into consideration with the concept of trying is celebrating progress. Because recognizing and celebrating small wins along the way provide encouragement, reinforce our commitment, and celebrations help maintain motivation as well as positivity throughout our journey. Now, as I started on this topic, I thought, well, this question of trying, or how much effort we put into things, is really a multifaceted one. It involves understanding the significance of our goals, recognizing the fact that we have limits, and furthermore, striking a balance between pushing ourselves and practicing self-care. As we embrace a growth mindset, when we take into consideration passion and intrinsic motivation, well, this ultimately will drive us to invest the necessary effort to achieve our aspirations. The journey of trying, by the way, is a dynamic and transformative process, and gratitude is in the knowledge that with thoughtful consideration, we can make the most of our efforts and move closer to realizing our dreams. I thank you for joining us on the Gus Alva Perspective for this topic of trying.